Hello, Susan Young here. In this video I will be covering Shopaholics surviving a cash crisis. Are you short on cash? Then that's what I'm going to show you today. At one time or another, we are all faced with a crisis wherein we need cash quickly. Depending on how desperate for cash you may find yourself, the list I am about to share explores a few ways to raise money in a short amount of time. Taking into consideration that there is no savings, here are a few more ideas to consider before starving or turning it to a life of crime. Number one, sell your stuff. Look through everything you own and find things you no longer use but are in still good condition. Once you have all the items together, you can have a garage sale, if weather permits. Or you may be able to sell certain items such as baby clothes to a second-hand store, if the clothes are in good condition. Consider consigning some of your own clothes to a consignment store. But keep in mind that it can take from 60 to 90 days to get some cash in. You could also sell your stuff online on a site such as eBay, but again, it may take several days to get paid. On Facebook, you can connect with online garage sales such as Marketplace and advertise your stuff. It doesn't cost a thing to do this. Number two, try a pawn shop. Previously relegated to back alleys and sleazy neighborhoods, the pawn shop is now considered a viable place to raise some quick cash. Some of the secretaries where I work regularly visits a pawn shop to raise some quick cash or to even purchase gifts such as electronics and jewelry. Everyone has jewelry or electronic equipment around the house that can be used to raise cash. The pawn shop operator appraises the item and will loan a percentage of its value while giving the borrower a month or two to pay it back and get the item back. If you do not go back to pay off the loan, then you forfeit the item. But if you were not using the item anyway, then losing it would not be too painful. Number three, borrow money from a relative or a friend. The discomfort of borrowing money from a relative or friend can be eased by putting everything in writing. The best way to do it is by offering to pay interest on the cash, such as 5%. This rate is better than what they would get from a regular savings account at a bank, yet not as high as a credit card. This way, the loaner feels that he or she is getting something out of it while doing you a favor. Number four, think about all the money you may have left as a deposit. Many utility companies require an initial deposit when you first set up an account, especially if you have bad credit or a credit history. In any event, this money is yours after 12 months, and you should call your utility company to reclaim the money. Although it's supposed to be automatically returned, the companies usually take a long time or possibly neglect to send it at all. I got $120 back a few years ago after nagging the water utility company. Number five, check your whole house for forgotten money. Check through your couch and you will find a lot of change. Go one step further and check your pockets of your jackets, old purses, and even old bags you have in the garage or attic. When I cleaned out my whole garage, I found a large stash of change I left in a bag with some photos. Don't ask me how or why it got there. I truly don't remember. I also found $5 in the pocket of a jacket I no longer use. Every little bit helps. How are you doing with this video so far? If you like this video, hit the like button below. Number 6, take in a roommate or move in with your parents. Rent is one of your biggest expenses. Why not share it with someone if you have the room? Or if you are truly desperate, move in with your parents or sibling for a few months until you get back on your feet. I realize this is one of the most difficult suggestions, but it is certainly doable if you really need the money. Of course, if you are moving in with someone, you must be considerate and pitch in with the chores, but that is a whole different subject. Number 7, get a second or third job. While considering this, do not be too picky over the type of job. Any honest work or could be considered, whether it's flipping burgers, delivering pizza, or sweeping floors. The point is, this is a short-term solution until you get back on your feet. Sign up for job alerts. Get the latest jobs to your inbox daily. Number 8, borrow from your 401k. Depending on the circumstances, you may be able to borrow from your employer's 401k. This is a better option than cashing it out outright because of the tax implications. When you cash out, the plan administrator holds 20% of the total for taxes. At tax time, you may have to pay additional taxes on the money you received. However, borrowing some of the money does not carry the same penalty from my 401k plan. Number 9, raise the number of dependents on your paycheck. This is not the best option, but if you need cash quickly, you can increase your dependents and decrease the taxes withheld from your paycheck, giving you a higher net paycheck. However, keep in mind that you will have to pay the piper at tax time, which means that you will end up owing the taxes you hadn't paid monthly. Thus, you may feel like you are paying a lot of money all at once or miss your usual tax refund. I am not a tax accountant, so before you try this, call your tax accountant or tax preparer if you have one. I did try this one year, and sure enough, I ended up paying the taxes I owed at tax time, and my tax preparer strongly advised me to lower the dependents back to 1 or 2 at the most. Number 10, sell a skill you already have. Think about your skills and how you can use them to provide a service to raise cash. Most people have more skills than they realize. Do you like children and don't mind babysitting? Many families in your neighborhood may need a short-term babysitter on weekends or after hours when their regular sitter is off, or if the parents want to go to the gym. The going rate in our area ranges from $8 to $15 per hour. Do you have computer skills you can use to train people on various types of software or even set up their own website? Try marketing these skills, and who knows, you may end up establishing a profitable side business. There are many online businesses you can get involved as well. Number 11, Amazon makes it fairly easy to list and sell old books, games, and devices on its marketplace. You can make more than just a few bucks if you have pricey textbooks from college. Be sure the books are in good condition. You'll get negative reviews if you attempt to sell books that are falling apart or games that are scratched up. Remember, be upfront about any defects, no matter how small they might be, and no matter how few people might readily notice it. Number 12, money-making strategy. Sell or resell. Used tech on Craigslist. The market for used electronics is vast. You can use Craigslist to part ways with your old iPhone or your MacBook. You can grab a premium for these types of electronics. Some people even flip items by buying them and reselling them. You could also use a website like Gazelle to sell your used phones, no matter what kind you have. Companies like that have made an entire business model out of buying used phones and refurbishing them. Either way, you can expect to get a fair bit of money relatively quickly if you have these items laying around your house. Number 13, money-making strategy. Drive for Uber or Lyft. Companies like Uber and Lyft offer a great opportunity to make some quick cash. You'll need a clean driving record, a fairly new car, and the authorization to work with wherever it is that you live. If you have all those things, you can work when it's feasible for you, whether that's in the middle of the day, during rush hour, or in the wee hours of the night on a weekend. The choice is yours. Number 14, become a market research participant. In college, I participated in loads of market research. It's fairly quick money for not a lot of work. Companies looking for consumers' opinions on a variety of products and services put you in a room and garner your opinion. That's it. This often involves writing or stating your opinion, answering polls or surveys, or breaking off in a discussion group. The mechanics don't matter much. The point is that you can rely on it from time to time. Focusgroup.com is just one company that is looking for participants. Question of the day. Shopaholics, are you in need of cash? Were these pointers helpful? Feel free to share below. Check out my website at www.stopbigspending.com. Leave me your email address at the Contact Us page on the website, and I will inform you on my next videos coming up and give you helpful tips. My next video, I will be covering Shopaholics and feeling overwhelmed. How are you doing with this video so far? If you like this video, hit the like button below. See you later here on YouTube, and see you in social media. You have a great week.